Okay, a little bit of a different vlog for you this time. So on a day off, so all being well, most weeks now I'm going to start to be able to get 2 consecutive days off on our quieter days, and Mark will be looking after any check-ins and check-outs. So today I've just been given the caravan that I live in for 8 to 9 months of the year, a bit of a wipe over, a bit of a general clear up and a clear out. And I thought I would explain about living in a tiny van. But before I do that, I want to give a big shout out to Susan Harmon. Susan, I did do a shout out on my last vlog. Unfortunately, this GoPro, for some reason the sound on it has been playing up, so I'm sorry I missed that, Susan, but thank you ever so much for sending over a super thanks. And I hope anybody that sent over a coffee or a super thanks I've mentioned. If I've forgotten you, please let me know. That's really important. So yeah, so what I thought I was going to do today, so I've got my partner in crime with me. Somebody commented recently on one of my vlogs, how on earth do you live in that little tiny caravan? Well, the answer is really simple. So I have done a number of these living in a tiny space or living in a tiny house vlogs in the past. Again, have a search on my channel and you'll find them. But if you are new here, I am going to give you just a very quick look inside my Adria Continental caravan. So we're going to take a look around, and I'll explain what it's like to actually live in a caravan for 9 months of the year. Right, I'm just putting a slightly wider angle lens on. Right, so my caravan is it's from the outside. If you come and have a look here, it's an Altea. It's a 432 PX with this lovely dimpling on it. And from the outside, compared to a British van, it's all back to front. So the back of the caravan is where I sit. So most British caravans, everybody sits in the front window in a little horseshoe arrangement, and it's a bit like sitting in a goldfish bowl. So this is really unusual. My bedroom is at the back. Sorry, my bedroom is at the front of the caravan, unlike all the British where the bedrooms are at the back of the van. I don't have a front window on the front of the van, you see here, so this needs a clean. And the fantastic thing with that is you don't need to put a towing bar on, a towing cover on. So you see a lot of caravans now are putting covers on the front of the caravans to stop any stone chips smashing into windows and breaking, and there's no need for any of that. It's got a super long A-frame with a bike rack on it if I wanted it, and it's got this amazing dippling effect, see here. And the British market now, the Baileys and the Swifts and all the other ones, you've got a super shiny flat side, and all that does, you end up with black streaks pouring down from your awning rail, and if you get a little bit of damage, it dints and shows up. The fantastic thing with this, even if I have a pole awning and the pole goes on here, because it's dimpled, it doesn't show any marks on it. I don't know why that's not adopted. But hey ho, it's the British market, and people who buy British vans don't tend to want change. Right, Rasha, shh, quiet. So what we'll do is we'll say hello to Rasha. I'll start at the back of the caravan, which is mainly my seating area. So my caravan at the moment is pitched the wrong way around, because I've got A-frame in, and that's just because of where I am here. You possibly can't see. If I go here, I can keep an eye on who's coming in and out of the campsite. So I often sit here, and you'll often find that my curtains are drawn or pulled to, and that's there is a sense of privacy, but the main reason is editing, and when I'm working on my video, because of the screen, because of the windows, I can't see. So that's the reason why my curtains are often drawn down this bottom end. So I've got this extra cushion, which is a real heavy duty cushion. I sit on there, that sits in the corner, because I tend to sit here a lot, and as I say, quite often these curtains are drawn too. So this lovely dinette table, so if Sandra comes, there's space for us to both sit down. I don't often put my laptop away, so I've got this super duper laptop tank stand, but there's a full dinette table there. Sandra can sit on that side there if you wanted to. You can have a meal, a cup of tea or whatever. And best of all is this. Oh, sorry, when I say I've tidied it, I've given it a quick tidy. This pulls out here, comes out to here. This all pulls down, and this can become another double bed. How wonderful is that? All the windows have got, obviously they all open, and they've all come with fly screens. So in summer I can leave the windows open, pull the fly screens down, and they've all got blackout blinds. So this configuration here is absolutely amazing. As I say, I do all my editing here. This is where I sit down, I'll have a few beers at night and I watch YouTube on my laptop. My little table here has got knickknacks on it. I have post-it notes where I write things down, so that's my phone, pens, Sharpies, glasses wipers, glass wiper fluid, some GoPro batteries charging up, and on most of my devices, so whether you're on the old Type C, the new Type C USB or the traditional USBs, so that's what you've normally got. But what I tend to do is on virtually all my devices, I've got these little magnet adapters, and so it doesn't matter what the cable is, they all go into one of these magnetic things, and that just basically clips. You see there? What? Clips onto there. So that's my seating area, and then obviously above here I've got all this storage space. Because I'm living and working in here, this is full of crap. So when I go home at winter, these cupboards are empty, but basically I've got batteries up there, I've got some dog bags, there's knickknacks here, I carry my paperwork in this one here, there's a passport, and that's my medicine box, so if I end up hurting myself or I end up with needing some painkillers or whatever, that's in there. I've got a cupboard full of USB cables, some phone case covers and things like that here. What else have I done? That's an original light, yeah, so I've changed a lot of the lights as well. So my lights, I've changed to USB lights, which are dimmable. I don't know if you can see that or not. And they've got USB connectors on them as well. So that got sent to me the other week, didn't it? I've got light over the living area. In case you're wondering why these show up, these clips are broken, so I just do that just to just hold it down. I cleared all the skylights last year. I had a genius moment on how to clean them. You'll need to go back on that. So yeah, so this is the front of my caravan. Coming in the door, so there's a gas heater here, I have a little electric heater here, and dog water here, and that's my slippers, obviously. I got rid of a lot of carpet as well. I used to have quite a lot of mats in here, and I ended up getting really bitty because I'm living in here and walking in and out all the time, and especially with dog hairs, it's easier just to have a couple. So now I've got a runner and one at the bottom of the bed. Right, Rash. And then what have I done different for this year? I've put a new top on here, so this looks a bit scruffy at the minute. When Sandra comes down, I'm just going to have a word with her whether I'm going to round this edge off to make that round, and whether I'm going to cut this edge. I need a coping saw just to fit. I'm just going to wait until Sandra comes. But underneath there is, and again it's shown on another video, I have got a full-size sink, and I've got a 3-ring burner there as well. But I do most of my cooking now in summertime out in the awning, which we'll go and have a look in a moment. So again, bear with the clutter because I live here. So this is my sort of top. So obviously kettle, my mugs, I've got knickknacks get thrown in here. These tend to be caravan related, so I've got a spirit level there, motor mover, my drugs, my statins for cholesterol. I've got a couple of torches to hand very quickly if I need them. These are some spare magnetic clips for the charging cables I was showing you. I have a junk box here where I just tend to throw my keys in. And I've got another one here, again, just bits of change. I have got bird food in here at the moment as well, so I don't leave any of the bird food or dog food or anything like that out in the awning because of mice. This is Russia's snack collection. On this one here, sorry, there is coffee, sugar, tea, glasses, air fryer liners, loaf of bread. Doing a shop today. Food cupboard. So this one here, I don't know if this is going to work or not. If I put the, yeah, when I put the awning light on, that actually lights up this cupboard as well. So take that off, and then this has got like a little riser at the back, a little additional shelf for more storage space. So the one thing that this Adria is lacking a little bit is what I would call tall cupboard space. There's only really this cupboard that you can get tall things in, like big glasses and things. Anyway, so that's got condiments in. This one is where I've got my plates. So I use melamine plates. I could use conventional plates, but because this is a touring caravan, and obviously at the minute I'm living here, but because you're touring, I don't want chips and things like that, so I use melamine plates. So I've got some serviettes there, some microwave rice. I've got melamine plates. Again, when Sandra comes, I'm going to get rid of some of these mugs. The reason I've got so many is because it's still slightly historical for when my children used to come. So yeah, so let's have a look at some of these mugs I've got. So it's a very Sandra mug. This mug I have had for decades. I've had, well, not, it could be decades. I've had this for yonks. Sandra got me that one. Thank you, Sandra. I think this is a Sandra caravan. And then these were Lucy's and Hannah's. And then Lee, my son. Lee Taylor, the man, the myth, the legend. Anyway, we are going to be able to take some of them cups home, because obviously the kids are all grown up now, and sadly don't really come camping or come away in the caravan anymore like we used to. Back at the entrance, wardrobe. I am going to put one of these shelf heighteners things in here. Sorry, I've got quite a lot of stuff to wash. So obviously coat hangers. I've got these things here where I hang jeans on. So I've got a couple of pairs of jeans going in the wash, and there's storage space there. I'll try and close that if I can. And then this cupboard, again, I've just got a lot of junk in here. I've got a spare kettle, a gas kettle, Wellingtons. I've got a low wattage kettle in there as well, which are an absolute nightmare. But if you ever go on a campsite and they're only on 6 amp, you need one. Hat, gloves. There's some bits and bobs to do with my vlogging kit, cleaning stuff, dustpan, brush. I've got a hot water bottle and bin bags and stuff. So that's in that end. Down here I've got a power bank, an electric extension with a number of things plugged in. There's USB chargers. This is a divider, so this can come right over here along this here. So if you wanted privacy, you've got a full privacy screen. Some more rasher snacks, my glasses, deodorant, glass cleaners. I'm forever cleaning my glasses. Down on the bed area, I've got more. I won't open that one because it's got my undies and my socks in and my smalls. This one's got t-shirts, some joggers and more t-shirts. The end cupboard down the bottom there, I tend to keep spare throws. So these are the bottom of the bed, which you'll see. If it's wet and rashers bounding up, it stops that. So I've just got one that's going in the washing machine. Top of the bed. So the minute Rasher sleeps over there, more often than not at night time, she sleeps on that pillow, on that little blanket. Somebody bought Rasher that last year. Hello, Rash. Then it's a full-size double bed. It's fantastic. I've got a space at the back of here, so again, put my phone's on charge here. So somebody bought this the other day for me. Tara and Ben on seasonal glasses go on to here. I can turn heating on and off remotely, and television on and off from here as well. That's an old remote, but lovely full-size bed. Sorry. So quite often when I finish work and I've eaten, this is my space for an hour. I like to lie down here, properly pillow up, and I try my best to watch the news, about 6 o'clock news for an hour and a half or so on the TV there. And again, this has got obviously you've got curtains, and again fly screen and blackout. And you're in your spot, aren't you? Is that your side of the bed, Rasha? Hey, is that your side of the bed? You've been a good girl. You've had a walk today, haven't you? Right, so vanity unit over in the corner over here. I've got the lights on at the minute, so 2 roof lights. These obviously do lift up. Excuse the mess with the vanity unit. Again, it's called lived in. So hairbrush, and I've got some deodorant, shampoo, toothpaste, toothbrush, shaving gear, a lovely mirror, light switched on and off, hot and cold water here. So if I need to fill the kettle up because the sink's not in use here, I just take the kettle and I fill it up over here. I have a couple of towels on here. This one here I put them to the floor when I shower. They're into the toilet, so open that. So looking from a distance, I'll have the light on to show you with the light on. I've got a couple at the back of here. It's got loo rolls and toilet stuff, flushing toilet, and a built-in shower. I have a duck board, and the reason I've got the duck board is instead of drying out the shower every night when I have a shower, I can just give it a very quick wipe over. I put the duck board back on, and it saves me messing about, and I get dry feet. And then as I'm having a shower, I bring the duck board out. I put the duck board here, leave the door open for 10 minutes. The shower room gets toasty warm. I put the towel, like you saw, on the duck board, out of the shower and into here. Obviously this has got a shower curtain that comes round. A lovely little shower head. Ideal. There's a roof vent on there, and obviously the shower here, and shampoo. This actually could do with a bit of a clean. That's been on that. That's been there for probably 4 years, something like that. And I need to come off and be given a clean. So yeah. So toilet. Nothing too exciting inside. Even you won't be able to see it, but the shower curtain is branded Adria. So coming out. Hello on camera. So I do have another hand towel on there. That's in my wash bag, because I am going to be doing a clothes wash either today or tomorrow. We've got some people staying with us. We've got the washing machine in use in a minute. Okay. Well, oh, hang on. Sorry. Yeah, I'm forgetting, aren't I? I've got another cupboard in here. So I keep tinned stuff in here. I've got kitchen rolls in here, bottles of water, soups, stews. I keep beers down in that bottom cupboard there. And I've got a 3-way fridge. What's it called? A 3-way, so it'll run on mains, 240 volt gas or 12 volts. Here, my fridge is empty. I'm going shopping after I've finished doing this. Little freezer compartment, possibly needs defrosting. There's some frozen chips in there. Bottle of water, cheese, some Coke. And I've got cutlery drawer, knives, forks, all of that. Plenty of space in there. This one here has got other things to do with cooking: cheese grater, baker foil, cling film, microwavable things. So with the melamine plates, you can't use them in the microwave, so don't do that. And then down here I keep some tools. I've got some screwdrivers and bits and bobs. Under here, at the bottom of the cupboard there is the fuse box and the RCD for the caravan as well. So yeah, that's inside the caravan. And then, as I say, I tend, if I'm working away, to put my awning up at the end of March or very early April. So there is a separate video of me putting this up, but basically come outside, I'm into the awning. It's a beautiful day here. I've got coat hangers here, so yesterday I got soaking wet, so I've got wet coats I can put up and put a towel up here, another coat there. mini oven, microwave, and air fryer. Most of my food now is all done in the air fryer. I have got a hob here, an induction hob. I've not even used that this year. I've very rare used that. The only time I really use that for is I'm doing a spag bolognese where I need to spoil up some pasta and fry up some mince. But yeah, and then new this year, again you've seen this on a previous video, I've got a 6-foot trellis table, real proper heavy duty, and that's to go for washing shortly. And what else is inside here? I've got an awning light. This is a bit mucky. I glued these on and I shouldn't have glued them on. I should have just got new hooks, command hooks. Anyway, that's why that looks a bit mucky. This is a stable door. So if you did, are you down there, Asher? Like that. And I also have got, sorry to mention, here, this thing is a fly screen, so that velcros over here. So in summer, because we're out in the countryside, we get a lot of flies out here, especially when some of the crops are being harvested. We end up with thunderflies, little tiny millions of them. Anyway, that goes up into there. Couple of seats, so Sandra seat, a Neil seat. I've got a draft skirt down the bottom there, helps stop things coming under. Can't really show you this, but the caravan also has a motor mover on it as well, and I'm super blessed on my pitch. Again, down the back, I've got a man shed. So I've got a shed with bits and bobs in, but in short, everything that goes fits in that shed. If I need to leave this site urgently or at the end of the year, everything that I've got with me, virtually everything apart from the awning, will fit in the caravan, and the caravan will not be overweight, which is really important. The van needs a bit of a clean. It's not been cleaned for a year, so I've got something to do on a nice and sunny day. And you've seen this from the outside, so I won't show you again. I do have a full-size awning, which goes further down, but why I don't need a full-size awning. I don't really get, especially some couples who just got these massive awnings with annexes on and everything. Yeah, this awning, there's plenty of space to sit outside for 2 people, or even more than 2, as you can see. You going for a nosy, Rasha? You been good? What are you doing? Alright, so Rasha's now going to come. Rasha will now bounce up on my knee. She likes sitting on my knee. I think she likes to be elevated. So yeah, dog lead. I have a rubbish bag here, it's empty each day. Tea towel hangs here, light switches. And that, my dear friends, is my tiny home. And well, I don't need any more space. I don't need any more space. This configuration is absolutely perfect. The only upgrades I would do is, this is quite an oldish fan now, it's 2006, is the Adria's sort of 2011, so I've upgraded these. So this fire is gas and electric, and it has hot air ducting blowing warm air throughout the van. And sorry, underneath this bed, oh, hang on a moment, I've not shown you under the bed, have I? I'm not going to be able to lift this all the way up, but this is huge, mega amount of space. I mean, there is so much space underneath here. So that's on a gas strut system, and on the newer vans outside there is an access locker, so you can get access under the bed. And to be honest, that's mainly for if you're wanting to get your garden chairs in and out. So underneath that I've got boxes with all my spare bedding in. I've got some backup hard drives with me with work on, things like that. And I don't really tend to go underneath there. I've got a small leisure battery underneath there for the motor mover. And you'll notice here, it's a Continental van. What do you notice? What do you notice? No oven. Very few Continental vans have got ovens on them, and because people on the continent don't cook in the vans, they cook outside. And again, you'll see a lot of British vans have whooping great big ovens that are, it's just a waste of space. And I also, another thing that I also don't get, a lot of British vans, the back of the caravan, the whole width of it is taken up with a toilet and shower. How long each day do you spend in the toilet? And at best you're going to have a maybe a 5-minute shower. So yeah, it's wonderful to have these massive big washrooms, but to me the space would be best used otherwise. And I keep mentioning I've got no idea why the British market is so traditional and people just like to sit in the front of the caravan in a little goldfish looking out. This caravan, if it was sighted, I would be sat at the back. You're not overlooking neighbours or anything like that. It's completely different. As I say, that end there is the front of the caravan, and here where I am now is the back of the caravan. And on the traditional British, it's all back to front. Rush is waiting for me. Okay, so that's my tiny home. So the person that wanted to know how on earth I cope with living in here, why do I need any more space than this? You know, I get home for winter, and you know, I've got a 3-bedroom semi-detached house, lovely little house. We don't need the space. We really don't need the space. Yeah, it's different if you've got children, something like that. You know, yeah, you do need the space, but I don't need the space. And for me and Sandra, perfect. Home seating area. Sandra can go to bed early. She can pull the blind over somewhere. Again, on British caravans, there isn't anywhere to put your flaming glasses. Or if you go to bed with a cup of tea, there aren't any shelves. That's just horrible caravans. Space to do things. So I'm going to wrap that off. So that was a look at my tiny home 2023, where me and Russia will be spending our time now until probably, and I'm assuming, first week in November, isn't it, Rash? And obviously Sandra will be down to join us from time to time. Oh, sorry, these lights are sorry, just to show you again. So I've put these in myself. These are upgraded lights. So again, you've got lights, dimming lights, and they've got USBs on them as well. So that's so Sandra's, if she's reading in bed, she's got her own light. Knick-knacks. And that's that end. Okie dokie, I'm going to wrap that off. Hope you've enjoyed that. And if you are in the market to go and buy a caravan, think out the box. Go and look at some other caravans. Take Bailey's off your list. Take Swift. Take the popular British vans off your list. Go and look at some Continental vans, and you'll be surprised at the configurations and how different they are to the traditional, boring British market. Take care, you and you. Take care. Ta-ra.